from Liverpool. Good morning, America.
And he looks a little excited there because he's done something very special.
Well, we're excited to have him here.
You bet.
It's nice to have him on our program.
These full Orotorio, and it's out in record stores this week. Our own Joel Siegel recently went to London to talk with the pop master about his foray into this new musical arena.
I think, you know, coming after a career where I've kind of been associated just with like pop, it will seem to people like it's a big turnabout, classical music. In my mind, it's more of the same. I see it all as music. It reminds me of when I kind of got into rock and roll, aged about 18 or 20 or something. Wow, there's all that out there. Coming up to 50 now, I'm looking at, wow, and there's all that out there too. So I find it very exciting to be allowed to play around in that field.
You used the phrase more of the same, and in this there's a lot more because you're talking about 100 players.
This is the whole production involves like 300 people with the soloists and with the choruses and the orchestra. Kitchen sink time.
How did you feel the first time you heard all those people performing your work?
Great. It'd been difficult for me during the writing of it because Carl Davis, who I'd written with, a New York guy, is the consummate musician. He can write it, understand it, read it, so on and so. The way I've always approached music is to sort of hear it. I can make it, I can tell other people what to do, but I can't actually write it down.
You know, if I give you directions, I can't talk about quavers and semi-breves and stuff. I just sort of say that bit there.
How did the collaboration work?
Well, the difficult thing was, would I like this guy? Because I didn't really know him before. He'd conducted the Liverpool thing, and he was very different. Carl's New York, nervy kind of guy. I'm sort of Liverpool, you know, a bit more laid back. And I wondered whether we'd hit it off. But we did, I think. And I really enjoyed it. I think Carl did too. We just had fun. Me, because I was learning so much. I was thinking, oh, can we do that? Can we? And Carl would be saying, you're turning me on. You'll be turning me on. And the pages would be flying, you know.
Let me write it down.
Confusion, drive my illusion, thinking of losing my mind.
That's good.
He once said, let me take this away for 2 days and I'll write it and I'll bring it back. I said, no, it won't be mine then. I said, you've got to let me sit with you. So that's what we developed.
How do you go about in the creative process of taking something as real and concrete as a memory and turning it into something as abstract as music?
I don't know, it's something I do. It's something I've done for a long time now, you know, so I suppose I'm practiced at it. You know, I take Penny Lane as a childhood memory. I just sort of remember the barbers on the corner, and then, you know, you just try and put some words rather than saying, there was a barber on the corner. You try and say the barber who's got a picture of every head he's ever had the pleasure to know, or whatever the line is, and you try and poeticize it a bit. But it's just something I don't find too difficult to do that. It's a gift.
Join on.
The whole thing was originally a commission from the Liverpool Philharmonic Society that run the orchestra and the choir, the chorus. And also, we were given use of the cathedral choristers, the boys' choir, the kids' choir. And the story on that is that when I was 11, I auditioned for this choir and failed. So it was like, sweet revenge, I'm going to give those kids hell. It didn't turn out like that. We had quite a laugh, actually. But it had always been something of mine, you know, to get in that choir. I mean, I've got a great memory of the Liverpool first performance, where the woman who kind of introduced me to a lot of what I call kind of sort of fine music, like she was my cousin, and she was there. I just looked around to see how she was doing, because I knew she'd like this piece. They're just proud of me. It's just the boy, you know, he's done it. You know, they're just proud because we're there. Never mind what it sounds like. You know, they're proud for that. So I looked around to see her, and she was just screaming, crying away, and her husband's just handing her tissues. And they're just looking at it. So, you know, I mean, there's something good in that. I think, you know, release a bit of emotion with some tears is a great thing. I think we're learning that more and more these days, you know.
Are you going to do more of this kind of music, or? It would seem to me, quite honestly, that the major difference is the difference between writing a song that runs 2 to 3 minutes and writing a piece of music that runs 80 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
You know, this was a big piece. This was a 150th anniversary celebration. We had to come up with something big, we felt. We couldn't just sort of throw them a tin whistle solo and say, good luck to you boys, you know. They would have then had to get somebody else to write the celebration piece. So we decided to give them the sort of, you know, big night out. I'm not sure the next thing that I do would be as big as that. It's great fun doing something as big as that, but it might be a little bit more modest next time. I don't know. It may be even bigger. Watch out. I don't know. No plans, really, you know, but I'm excited by the whole thing. And for me, you know, if at this point in my life I can be doing something I really enjoy, then I don't ask for anything else, you know.
Well, that is exciting, and that beautiful video is taken from the premiere of Liverpool Oratorio, which can be seen on part of the...
We thought it'd be much quieter. We thought, you know, we'd have to grow on everybody, but everybody seems to sort of know us, or, you know, as if we've been here for years. It's great.
This picture was taken outside of the Boston Garden, their first Boston concert.
And I'm the one in the middle, and Rita is to the left of me, and Mary's to the right of me.
I remember we were standing on the arms of the chairs. I mean, that's how excited we were.
We went with my father. He was the chaperone for us.
He still talks about it.
At one point, he even became so excited and so enthralled that he stood up and started screaming and yelling. And here he was in his early 40s.
The timing of the Beatles was very important because it was like 3 months after President Kennedy was killed. All of a sudden, these 4 people came into our lives, and it was wonderful. I mean, you have to remember, well, you probably don't remember, but in 1964, I mean, all these guys were walking around with crew cuts and real, you know, looked like Joe College, and then all of a sudden these guys appear with the long hair and the nice clothes and
the wonderful accents.
I mean, you still can when you talk about it. Your whole body gets like, ooh. I mean, I could cry. It's something that you remember, and it's part of your life. One of the biggest highlights. That, my wedding, and the birth of my 3 children. Really, it's up there.
I mean, it seems like now every year there's a different idol. But then it was like they were it for a number of years.